Aries check-in. What to say yes to and what to decline this week. Something is shifting for you this week. And if you are an Aries, you already feel it. There is a quiet pull inside your chest. A subtle tension between what you want to do and what you know you should do. And that tension, that is not confusion. That is your spirit getting ready to make a powerful decision. You are standing at a crossroads right now. Not the dramatic kind with lightning and thunder, but the kind that shows up disguised as an ordinary day. The kind where a simple yes or a firm no can redirect the entire course of your next chapter. And I want you to pay close attention to this video, because what we are about to explore together could save you weeks of frustration, months of second-guessing, and years of wondering what might have been different if you had just trusted yourself sooner. This week is not about doing more. It is about choosing better. Aries energy is bold and powerful, but even fire needs direction. A flame without focus just burns everything around it. But a flame with intention, that becomes a torch. That becomes a light in the darkness. And you, dear Aries, you are being called to become that light right now. Not by doing everything that comes your way, but by carefully, wisely, lovingly deciding what deserves your energy and what does not. So stay with me, breathe deeply, and let us walk through this together. Because by the end of this video, you will know exactly where to place your precious energy this week, and where to let go without guilt. Tip 1. The week ahead is asking you a very important question. Before we dive into the details of what to accept and what to release this week, I want you to understand something that most people miss entirely. This week is not random. It is not just another set of 7 days with tasks and obligations and routines. For Aries, this particular stretch of time carries a frequency, a vibration, that is asking you one central question. And that question is simply this: what truly matters to you right now? Not what mattered last year, not what other people say should matter, not what looks good on the outside, but what genuinely, honestly, deeply matters to you in this season of your life. And the reason this question is so important right now is because the universe is preparing to respond to your answer. Think of it like placing an order. The cosmos is listening. It is watching where you put your attention, and wherever your attention goes, energy follows. So if you say yes to everything out of fear of missing out, if you say yes just to avoid conflict or to keep the peace, then the universe receives a scattered signal. It does not know what to send you because you have not been clear about what you want. But when you say yes with full conviction, when you say no with full peace, you send the clearest signal possible. And that signal, that is what opens doors. That is what aligns opportunities. That is what brings the right people, the right moments, and the right breakthroughs into your life. So this week, the first thing I want you to do is sit with that question. What truly matters to me right now? Do not rush the answer. Let it come to you in its own time. You might find it arrives during a quiet morning, or in the middle of the night when the world is still. But when it comes, write it down, because that answer is the foundation of every decision you will make this week. And for Aries, clarity is power. When you know what matters, you stop wasting time on what does not. Tip 2. Say yes to the thing that scares you a little. Now here is something beautiful about Aries energy. You were born with courage woven into the fabric of your soul. You are not someone who was designed to play it safe forever. And yet, even the bravest fire can dim when life throws too many storms at it. So if you have been hesitating about something lately, if there is an opportunity or a conversation or a step that makes your stomach flutter just a little, this week is the week to say yes to it. Not recklessly, not without thought, but with that deep, quiet knowing that says, this is for me. The things that scare us a little are often the things that grow us the most. They do not terrify us because they are wrong. They terrify us because they are real, because they matter, because saying yes to them means stepping into a bigger version of ourselves. And that always feels uncomfortable at first. Think about every meaningful thing you have ever done in your life, every relationship that changed you, every decision that opened a new path. Was it comfortable at the beginning? Probably not, but it was right. And you knew it was right because something inside you said yes even when your mind was full of doubt. That is what I want you to reconnect with this week. That inner yes, that fire that says, I do not know exactly how this will work out, but I trust myself enough to take the step. Aries, this is your superpower. You do not need to see the whole staircase. just need the courage to take the first step. And this week, the staircase is waiting for you. The question is not whether you are capable. You are. The question is whether you will give yourself permission. Say yes to the thing that makes you feel alive. Say yes to growth. Say yes to the version of yourself that you have been dreaming about. Because that version is not as far away as you think. It is one brave decision away. Tip 3. Say no to the guilt that has been following you. Let us talk about something that quietly drains so many Aries without them even realizing it. Guilt. You carry it like a hidden backpack full of stones. And every time you try to move forward, every time you try to say yes to something new, that guilt pulls you back. It whispers things like, "Who are you to want more? You should have done better. You do not deserve this." And I want to tell you something right now with all the love in my heart. That guilt is not yours to carry anymore. It does not belong to this week. It does not belong to this chapter. And it certainly does not belong to the future you are building. Guilt is a teacher, yes. It shows us when we have strayed from our values. But once the lesson is learned, once you have acknowledged what happened and decided to do better, the guilt has served its purpose. Holding on to it after that is like keeping the wrapping paper after the gift has been opened. It is unnecessary weight. And Aries, you were not built to carry unnecessary weight. You were built to move, to charge forward, to blaze trails. But you cannot do that when you are anchored to the past by chains made of shame and regret. So this week, I want you to make a conscious decision. Say no to guilt. When it rises in your chest, notice it, acknowledge it, and then gently, firmly let it go. Tell it, "I have learned what I needed to learn. I am choosing to move forward now." This is not about pretending mistakes never happened. It is about refusing to let them define your future. You are allowed to forgive yourself. You are allowed to release the heaviness. You are allowed to wake up tomorrow and feel lighter than you have felt in months. And that starts with one powerful word. No. No, I will not carry this anymore. No, I will not let the past steal my present. No, I refuse to punish myself for being human. Say it, mean it, and watch how much space opens up inside you this week. If this message resonated with your sign, trust me, it is not a coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal. And you are here because you needed to hear this today. Your support as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive. The ones that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birthday in the comments. Let us now continue with our video. Tip 4. Say yes to rest without calling it laziness. There is a lie that has been told to Aries for far too long. And that lie is this: resting means you are falling behind. That slowing down means giving up. That taking a break means weakness. And I want to dismantle that lie right here, right now. Because rest is not the opposite of productivity. Rest is the foundation of it. Think about nature for a moment. Trees do not grow all year round. There are seasons of blooming and seasons of stillness. The ocean does not crash with full force every single moment. There is a rhythm, an ebb and flow. And you, dear Aries, you are part of that same rhythm. You are not a machine. You are a living, breathing, beautiful being who needs rest just as much as you need action. And this week, the energy around you is actually inviting you to slow down in certain areas. Not in everything, but in the places where you have been pushing too hard, where you have been forcing outcomes, where you have been running on fumes and calling it dedication. That is not dedication. That is depletion. And depleted fire does not warm anyone. It just smokes and sputters until it goes out. So this week, say yes to rest. Say yes to an early night. Say yes to that afternoon where you do absolutely nothing productive and feel no guilt about it. Say yes to a slow morning with your favorite drink and the sound of birds outside your window. These are not luxuries. They are necessities. They are how you recharge the very energy that makes you who you are. And here is the beautiful paradox. When you rest properly, you actually accomplish more. Your ideas become clearer. Your decisions become sharper. Your intuition becomes louder. Everything you have been struggling to figure out while exhausted suddenly becomes obvious when you are well rested. So do not fight the need to slow down this week. Embrace it. Welcome it. Let it be part of your strategy. Because the Aries who rests wisely is the Aries who rises powerfully. Tip 5. Say no to people who only show up when they need something. This is a sensitive topic, but it is one that Aries needs to hear this week. You have a generous heart. You genuinely care about the people in your life. And because of that, you sometimes attract people who are more interested in what you can do for them than in who you actually are. You know the type. They disappear for weeks or months. No calls, no messages, no genuine interest in your life. But the moment they need something, a favor, advice, support, money, suddenly they appear with warmth and smiles and compliments. And because you are kind, because you want to believe the best in people, you open the door every single time. But this week, I want you to examine that pattern with honest eyes. Not with bitterness, not with anger, but with wisdom. Because there is a difference between being generous and being used. There is a difference between being kind and being taken advantage of. And you deserve to know that difference. Saying no to these people does not make you cold. It makes you wise. It makes you respectful of your own time and energy. It makes you someone who values authentic connection over surface-level transactions. And here is what happens when you start saying no to the takers. You create space for the givers. You create room for the people who show up consistently, the ones who call just to check on you, the ones who celebrate your wins without jealousy, the ones who sit with you in your hard moments without trying to fix everything. Those are your people, and they deserve more of your energy than the ones who only come around when they need something. So this week, pay attention. Notice who reaches out and why. Notice who asks about your life before asking for your help, and let that awareness guide your decisions. Tip 6. Say yes to that creative idea you have been sitting on. There is something inside you that wants to be expressed. A creative idea, project, a hobby you have been curious about, a way of sharing yourself with the world that you have been putting off because you think the timing is not right, or you are not ready, or it is not good enough yet. Aries, I have news for you. The timing will never feel perfect. You will never feel completely ready. And good enough is a moving target that you will chase forever if you let it control you. This week, the energy is practically begging you to start. Not finish, just start. Take one small step toward that creative expression. Write the first page, sketch the first drawing, record the first minute, plant the first seed. Whatever it is, just begin. Because the act of beginning sends a powerful message to the universe. I am ready. I am willing. I trust myself enough to try. And when the universe hears that message, it responds with momentum. Ideas start flowing faster. Doors start opening. People start showing up who can help you along the way. But none of that happens until you take the first step. Perfectionism is not your friend here. It is a disguise for fear. And fear does not get to run your life this week. Not when there is something beautiful inside you waiting to be born. So say yes to that idea. Say yes to that creative spark. Say yes to the messy, imperfect, glorious process of bringing something new into the world. You were not born to keep your gifts hidden. You were born to share them. And this week is as good a time as any to start. Tip 7. Say no to comparing your journey to anyone else's. I know this one is hard. In a world where everyone seems to be posting their highlights and achievements and perfect moments, it is almost impossible not to look at someone else's path and wonder why yours looks so different. But here is what I need you to understand this week, Aries. Comparison is a thief. It does not just steal your joy. It steals your clarity. Steals your confidence. It steals your ability to see how far you have come because you are too busy looking at how far someone else has gone. And the truth is, you do not know their full story. You do not know the sacrifices they made, the tears they cried, the nights they could not sleep. You are comparing your behind the scenes to their highlight reel, and that is never a fair comparison. Your journey is yours. It has a pace. It has a rhythm. It has detours that are actually shortcuts in disguise. And every single step you have taken, even the ones that felt like mistakes, has brought you exactly where you need to be right now. So this week, every time you catch yourself comparing, stop, take a breath, and remind yourself of 3 things you are proud of, 3 things you have accomplished that maybe you have not given yourself credit for, 3 reasons why your path is beautiful exactly as it is, because it is, truly is. And the moment you stop comparing and start appreciating, everything shifts. Your energy lifts. Your motivation returns. Your sense of purpose becomes clear again. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not failing. You are on your own timeline, and your timeline is perfect. If this message resonated with your sign, trust me, it is not a coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal, and you are here because you needed to hear this today. Your support as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive. The ones that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birthday in the comments. Let us now continue with our video. Tip 8. Say yes to having that honest conversation. You have been avoiding something. There is a conversation you need to have, and you keep pushing it to tomorrow. Maybe it is with a family member. Maybe it is with a friend. Maybe it is with yourself. But whatever it is, this week is calling you to have it. Not with aggression, not with blame, but with honesty and compassion. Aries energy sometimes avoids difficult conversations not because you are afraid of conflict, but because you are afraid of what comes after. You are afraid that honesty might change the dynamic, that the other person might not understand, that saying what you truly feel will make things messy for a while. And you are right. It might. But messy truth is always better than clean lies. And the weight of an unspoken truth is heavier than any uncomfortable conversation could ever be. So this week, find the courage to speak. Start with something simple. Start with, I need to share something with you because I value our relationship. That one sentence changes the entire tone of the conversation. It tells the other person that you are coming from a place of love, not attack. And then, just be honest. Say what you feel. Say what you need. Say what you have been holding back. You do not need to be perfect in your delivery. You just need to be real. Because authenticity is magnetic. When you show up as your true self, even in the hard moments, people respect you for it. They may not agree. They may need time to process, but they will respect you. And more importantly, you will respect yourself. Because there is nothing worse than going to bed knowing you swallowed your truth to keep the peace. That peace is not real. Real peace comes from knowing you honored yourself and the relationship by being honest. So say yes to that conversation this week. You are ready for it, even if it does not feel that way. Tip 9. Say no to overthinking the future. Your mind has been busy lately. Too busy. You have been running scenarios, playing out every possible outcome of every possible decision, trying to predict the future as if your brain were a crystal ball. And I understand why. When things feel uncertain, when the ground beneath you feels a little shaky, the natural response is to try to think your way to safety. But Aries, here is the truth. Overthinking does not protect you, paralyzes you. Every minute you spend imagining worst-case scenarios is a minute you are not spending in the present moment. And the present moment is where your power lives. The future is not here yet. It is being shaped right now. By the thoughts you think today, the actions you take today, the energy you carry today. So if you spend today worrying about tomorrow, you are literally building a worry tomorrow. But if you spend today in trust, in faith, in calm, deliberate action, you are building something beautiful. This week, every time you catch your mind racing ahead, gently bring it back. Put your feet on the ground. Take a deep breath. Look around you and name 5 things you can see. This is a simple grounding technique, but it works wonders for an active Aries mind. You do not need to have everything figured out. You never did. Some of the best chapters of your life started without a plan. They started with a feeling, a nudge, a whisper from your intuition that said, just go. Trust that whisper this week. Trust that you do not need to map out every detail. Trust that the path will reveal itself one step at a time, because it always has, and it always will. Say no to the mental spiral. Say no to the what-ifs and the worst-case thinking. And say yes to being fully, completely, beautifully present in this moment. Because this moment, right here, right now, is where the magic happens. Tip 10. Say yes to celebrating how far you have come. Here is something I notice about Aries all the time. You are so focused on the next goal, the next achievement, the next mountain to climb, that you rarely stop to look back and appreciate the view. You have climbed so many mountains already. You have overcome things that would have broken most people. You have survived storms and heartbreaks and losses, and still, here you are, still standing, still fighting, still believing that better days are ahead, and they are. But this week, I want you to pause the forward motion for just a moment and celebrate yourself. Not with a grand gesture, not with a party or a purchase, just with acknowledgement, just with a quiet moment where you look in the mirror and say, I am proud of you, because you should be. You should be proud of every hard day you got through, every time you chose to keep going when giving up would have been easier, every tear you wiped away before anyone could see it, every prayer you whispered in the dark. Those moments matter. They shaped you into the person you are today, and that person, that beautifully imperfect, wonderfully resilient, deeply courageous person, deserves to be celebrated. So this week, write down 10 things you are proud of, not 10 things you still want to accomplish, 10 things you have already done, 10 battles you have already won, 10 moments where you proved to yourself that you are stronger than you thought. Read that list every morning. Let it remind you of who you are, because sometimes, in the rush to become better, we forget that we are already pretty incredible. You are incredible, Aries, and this week is the perfect time to finally believe it. Tip 11. Say no to waiting for permission to live your life. This is perhaps the most powerful message I have for you this week. Stop waiting. Stop waiting for someone to tell you it is okay to go after what you want. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Stop waiting for approval from people who may never understand your vision. You do not need permission to live your life. You never did. But somewhere along the way, maybe in childhood, maybe in a relationship, maybe through years of being told to tone it down or be more careful or think it through one more time, you started to believe that you needed someone else's green light before you could move. This week, give yourself that green light. You are the authority of your own life. You are the director of your own story. And the only permission you need is the one you give yourself. Think about what you have been putting on hold. What dream has been collecting dust because you were waiting for the right moment? What desire have you been suppressing because you thought you needed to earn it first? This week, claim it. Not aggressively, not impatiently, but with the calm, steady certainty of someone who knows their worth. Because you do know your worth. Deep down, beneath all the doubt and the noise and the second guessing, you know exactly who you are and what you are capable of. You are Aries. You are fire. You are the first sign of the zodiac. The one who leads, the one who initiates, the one who has the courage to go first. So go first this week. Do not wait for anyone to open the door for you. Open it yourself. Walk through it with your head held high and your heart wide open, because the life you want is on the other side, and it has been waiting for you. This week holds more for you than you realize right now, dear Aries. Every yes and every no you speak is a vote for the life you are building. And I want you to remember that your voice matters. Your choices matter. Your energy matters. Do not give it away cheaply. Do not scatter it across things and people that do not honor it. Be intentional. Be selective. Be brave enough to say yes when your heart says yes, and strong enough to say no when your spirit says no. You are entering a period of beautiful alignment, but alignment requires honesty. It requires you to stop pretending that everything is fine when some things need to change. It requires you to stop people-pleasing at the expense of your own peace. And it requires you to trust that the universe is working behind the scenes to bring you exactly what you need, at exactly the right time. So go into this week with confidence. Go with clarity. Go with the knowledge that you are supported, you are guided, and you are loved more than you know. Everything is unfolding perfectly, even the messy parts, even the uncertain parts. It is all leading you somewhere beautiful. Trust the process, trust yourself, and keep going. If this message resonated with your sign, trust me, it is not a coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal, and you are here because you needed to hear this today. Your support as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive. The ones that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birthday in the comments. Let us now continue with our video.